It is fascinating to consider that the majority of fatalities occurring post-75 can be linked to a handful of particular causes, though it is commonly accepted that passing away in old age is merely a facet of the natural order. The truth reveals that a significant number of these fatalities stem from preventable causes, dangers frequently overlooked until the consequences manifest. By the time individuals become aware that something is amiss, their health has frequently deteriorated considerably, resulting in a diminished array of choices. By recognizing these risks early on, you can take significant steps to safeguard your well-being and possibly extend your life by years, perhaps even decades. In this video, we will uncover the 5 leading causes of death among those aged 75 and older. The primary offenders responsible for the overwhelming number of deaths within this age group are as follows. Some may resonate with you, while others might surprise you. Regardless of the circumstances, grasping their essence is the vital initial stride toward mitigating their influence. They embody genuine individuals, families, and choices that can determine whether one endures a life weighed down by illness or embraces one brimming with strength and vitality. Stay with us until the conclusion, for these 5 conditions are not immutable. Indeed, by embracing small yet steady transformations, numerous individuals have not only reduced their risks but have also preserved their independence and vitality for much longer than anticipated. Your decisions today hold the power to influence your future well-being, independence, and vitality. Let us embark on an exploration of the first topic: heart disease. This continues to be the leading cause of death for individuals over 75, and yet many remain oblivious to the extent of their influence over it. The heart, a vital muscle, flourishes under attentive care and wanes in the shadows of neglect. The peril resides in the unsettling truth that symptoms frequently lurk in silence, only to reveal themselves when it is far too late. Numerous individuals attribute fatigue, shortness of breath, or a gradual decline in energy to the natural process of aging. However, these symptoms may serve as crucial indicators that your heart is deteriorating. High blood pressure stands as a significant factor in the development of heart disease. As time passes, increased pressure exerts significant stress on your arteries, compelling your heart to labor more than it should. The obstacle to overcome: high blood pressure often remains silent, offering no pain or discomfort, until it culminates in a serious event such as a heart attack or stroke. Consequently, numerous seniors find themselves in the ER, caught off guard, oblivious to the gradual decline of their health. A significant contributor is a poor diet. Years spent indulging in processed foods, laden with excessive salt and detrimental fats, silently wreak havoc on the body, obstructing arteries and impeding the flow of blood. However, it extends beyond merely eliminating the negative elements. Incorporating nourishing, heart-supportive foods is equally essential. The heart requires essential nutrients to maintain its strength. And when your diet lacks these vital components, decline can occur more swiftly than one might anticipate. The absence of physical activity is indeed a significant factor. The heart is not meant to remain still throughout the day. In the absence of consistent movement, circulation diminishes, muscles lose their strength, and the heart is deprived of the vital stimulation essential for optimal functioning. Engaging in regular movement doesn't require marathon training. Simple activities like daily walks, gentle stretches, or even exercises from a chair can significantly enhance your cardiovascular health. One of the most detrimental convictions is the notion that heart disease is merely a matter of destiny. It is often presumed to be a matter of genetics, or merely a consequence of the passage of time. However, the reality is that daily routines, your dietary choices, your physical activity, and your approach to stress significantly influence the future of your heart. The key takeaway here is that your influence over your heart health is greater than you may realize. The choices you embrace today may shape the resilience of your heart in the times to come. What is the ideal moment to begin implementing changes? At this very moment. Next, we shall delve into the topic of falls and injuries. Among the elderly, one of the most perilous and often overlooked dangers is not a disease, but rather the act of falling. It may occur in the blink of an eye. A single misstep, an unexpected wave of dizziness, or a treacherous floor can result in profound changes to one's life. A fall can lead to a fractured hip, a traumatic head injury, or even a seemingly insignificant wound that rapidly transforms into a far graver concern. It is genuinely concerning to observe the extent of unpreparedness among the majority in facing this risk. Few truly grasp the delicate nature of the body until they have experienced the harsh reality of a fall. Indeed, falls are among the leading causes of fatal injuries in older adults. Each year, countless seniors find themselves in emergency rooms, and for many, that fall signifies the onset of a lasting decline. A fractured hip may usher in a prolonged period of immobility, stripping away independence and heightening the risk of infections and other complications. Despite the prevalence of falls, many individuals fail to recognize their seriousness until they or a loved one experience one firsthand. As we age, we inevitably face the gradual decline of our balance, muscle strength, and reaction time. Yet, due to the slow nature of the decline, we frequently overlook the shifts that occur. One may navigate the familiar rhythm of daily life with ease, gliding through the home, stretching for an item perched on a shelf, until, in an unexpected moment, the ground betrays you, balance falters, and the relentless pull of gravity takes over. Regrettably, the body's capacity for recovery has diminished from its former glory. A misstep that might have once been inconsequential can now lead to grave, even life-altering injuries. Moreover, an additional concealed peril lurks beneath the surface. The apprehension of tumbling frequently results in an increased likelihood of actually tumbling. Following a close call or a slight tumble, numerous older individuals often find themselves feeling apprehensive. They begin to restrict their movements, shun stairs, forgo walks, and curtail their activities, all driven by a sense of apprehension. However, there's a twist. Inactivity leads to a gradual decline in muscle strength. The more fragile your muscles become, the higher your chances of experiencing a fall. It forges a relentless cycle that can subtly erode your autonomy. The uplifting tidings. Falls need not be a foregone conclusion. Simple yet powerful methods exist to reduce your risk. By fortifying your legs and core, honing your balance, and implementing thoughtful adjustments to your living space, like enhancing lighting, securing rugs, and adding robust handrails, you can significantly influence the distinction between preserving your independence and facing a potentially life-altering injury. A commonly neglected concern is the side effects of medications. A multitude of prescriptions may induce dizziness, drowsiness, or alter blood pressure, thereby heightening your risk of falling. Should you have ever risen abruptly, only to be met with a wave of faintness or dizziness, it is possible that your body is communicating a need for change. Engaging in a conversation with your physician regarding your medications, ensuring they do not compromise your balance or alertness, could genuinely be a matter of life and death. Steering clear of falls transcends merely sidestepping obstacles. It revolves around maintaining physical strength, sharpening mental acuity, and recognizing how even the tiniest details can wield significant influence. For after the age of 75, a single fall can alter the course of everything. Yet, the appropriate choices made today can pave the way for years of sustained mobility, liberation, and an enhanced quality of life. If you're still tuned in and discovering value in this information, please drop a number 2 in the comments to let me know you're present. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to click the subscribe button and activate notifications to ensure you never miss out on valuable insights like these. Your support enables us to continue creating content that inspires and informs. Now, let us proceed to the third topic: respiratory diseases. Breathing is an act we often take for granted, only truly acknowledging its significance when it becomes a struggle. With the passage of time, our lungs gradually diminish in their efficiency, and even the slightest breathing difficulties can swiftly intensify. A seemingly innocuous cough or a fleeting moment of breathlessness may appear trivial, yet it could herald the onset of something significantly more grave. Upon reaching the age of 75, respiratory illnesses emerge as a primary cause of mortality, not due to their unavoidable nature, but rather because they are frequently overlooked until they escalate into a perilous state. A significant issue is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, commonly known as COPD, encompassing conditions such as emphysema and chronic bronchitis. As time passes, the airways grow increasingly inflamed and constricted, rendering the act of breathing more and more difficult. Numerous older individuals tend to overlook symptoms such as chronic coughing, wheezing, or breathlessness, believing these are merely aspects of the aging process. Yet, In reality, these are indications that the lungs are in distress, leading to pneumonia. Pneumonia may appear to be merely another infection, yet it poses a significant threat to the elderly, potentially proving fatal. A seemingly innocuous cold or mild chest congestion can swiftly transform into a perilous condition. As we grow older, the immune system tends to decline, rendering it more challenging to fend off infections. Numerous hospital admissions within this demographic stem from pneumonia, and in certain instances, the deterioration in health occurs so swiftly that complete recovery remains elusive. The quality of the air we breathe stands as a vital consideration. Years of exposure to pollutants such as dust, smoke, and chemicals can quietly inflict harm upon the lungs. Within the confines of our homes, various irritants such as mold, pet dander, and inadequate ventilation can exacerbate respiratory problems, particularly for individuals suffering from asthma or COPD. Implementing minor adjustments to our surroundings, like incorporating air purifiers, promoting adequate airflow, and steering clear of secondhand smoke, can profoundly enhance lung health. One of the simplest yet most powerful methods to nurture your lungs is to remain active. Engaging in movement allows your lungs to fully expand, clears mucus, and ensures the optimal functioning of your respiratory system. However, prolonged sitting leads to a decline in lung function and an increased risk of infections. Engaging in uncomplicated pursuits such as walking, stretching, or gentle exercise can contribute to the preservation of lung strength. Do not underestimate the significance of vaccines as well. Numerous older adults fail to recognize the crucial importance of receiving vaccinations for the flu, pneumonia, and various respiratory infections. These vaccines do more than merely stave off illness. They serve as a safeguard against complications that could escalate into life-threatening situations. Even the seemingly minor act of keeping up with your vaccinations might be the very factor that spares you from a hospital visit, or something far more serious. For countless individuals over the age of 75, the active breathing has transformed from a natural rhythm of life into a heavy weight to bear. Not due to necessity, but rather because timely action was not implemented. Your lungs function tirelessly to sustain your existence. Caring for them, shielding them from infection, and fortifying them through movement and fresh air stands as one of the most significant investments you can make in your health and autonomy. Next, we shall proceed to item number 4, stroke. A stroke descends without warning, without a hint, without a moment to brace oneself. In an instant, everything can shift, altering the course of your life forever. It stands as one of the leading causes of mortality beyond the age of 75. Yet, a surprising number of individuals remain unaware of the numerous stroke-related risk factors they can actually manage. The most terrifying aspect: a stroke seldom offers a second opportunity. When it strikes, the consequences are frequently irreversible. However, what may astonish you is this: as many as 80% of strokes can be avoided. Your choices made today hold the power to shape your future, influencing whether you maintain your independence or confront a significant health challenge. A stroke happens when the flow of blood to the brain is abruptly obstructed, or when a blood vessel within the brain bursts. In the absence of oxygen, brain cells commence their tragic demise within mere minutes. Certain strokes may result in subtle symptoms such as fleeting confusion or a hint of weakness, whereas others can culminate in paralysis, loss of speech, or total reliance on others. In numerous heartbreaking instances, the stroke ultimately leads to a tragic demise. High blood pressure stands as one of the most prevalent and perilous factors leading to stroke. As time progresses, the accumulating pressure inflicts harm upon the arteries, heightening the likelihood of rupture or obstruction. Much like heart disease, high blood pressure frequently remains silent, leaving many individuals oblivious to their risk until it is far too late. Another factor is the presence of irregular heart rhythms, notably atrial fibrillation, commonly referred to as AFib. A significant number of seniors encounter this phenomenon, often without their awareness. When the heart fails to maintain a steady rhythm, blood may accumulate and lead to the formation of clots. Should one of those clots make its way to the brain, it has the potential to induce a stroke in mere seconds. The silver lining? A routine checkup can unveil this condition, and various treatment options exist to significantly reduce the risk. The influence of diet and lifestyle is undeniably significant. Consuming diets rich in processed foods, excessive salt, and unhealthy fats leads to the obstruction of arteries and compromised circulation. Moreover, a lack of physical activity exacerbates the situation, leading to the thickening and stagnation of blood. Engaging in regular physical activity, consuming wholesome, nutrient-dense foods, and keeping blood pressure in check are all potent strategies to lower the risk of stroke. Modest adjustments, such as incorporating additional leafy greens into your dishes, cutting back on sodium, and increasing your water consumption, can yield significant results. A vital yet frequently overlooked warning sign of an impending stroke is the occurrence of a mini-stroke, also referred to as a transient ischemic attack, TIA. Such occurrences can lead to abrupt disorientation, hazy eyesight, or challenges in verbal communication, and even if the signs dissipate swiftly, they must never be dismissed. Promptly seeking medical assistance can be the crucial factor that distinguishes between averting a significant stroke and facing enduring repercussions. It is crucial to recognize that you possess the ability to reduce your risk of stroke. Consistently keeping an eye on your blood pressure, adhering to a diet that supports heart health, engaging in regular physical activity, and remaining vigilant to warning signs can empower you to preserve your autonomy and steer clear of the life-altering consequences of a stroke. Taking action promptly enhances your opportunities for safeguarding yourself. If you're still tuned in and found this segment helpful, drop a number 4 in the comments to signal your presence. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to click that button and enable notifications to ensure you never miss a new video. Your support enables us to persist in crafting content that informs and uplifts. Let us now proceed to the 5th item on our list: the gradual erosion of cognitive faculties and the repercussions that follow. The passage of time brings with it the heart-wrenching truth of diminishing memory, waning judgment, and the slow erosion of independence. Cognitive decline is not an affliction that descends suddenly. It seeps in gradually, beginning with nuanced shifts that are simple to overlook. Yet as time passes, those small lapses in memory evolve into significant challenges. Tasks that were once effortless, such as managing finances, recognizing familiar faces, or making sound decisions, can transform into a daunting challenge. For numerous individuals, this transition is not merely a matter of inconvenience. It can escalate into a perilous situation. Conditions such as Alzheimer's disease and various forms of dementia extend their influence beyond the confines of the brain, affecting the entire body in profound ways. As cognitive faculties wane, so too does an individual's capacity for self-care. As time passes, the simple acts of remembering to take medications, consuming balanced meals, or recognizing when something feels amiss in the body grow ever more challenging. Dehydration often occurs as individuals neglect to consume sufficient water. Some individuals may consume excessive amounts of food, or conversely, insufficient quantities, resulting in malnutrition or weight-related concerns that pave the way for further health complications. One more significant threat lies in the realm of unintentional harm. Neglecting to extinguish the stove, failing to secure the front door, or meandering into perilous territories. These dangers intensify as mental faculties wane. Regrettably, this frequently culminates in a sorrowful conclusion: the forfeiture of autonomy. As time passes, numerous seniors find themselves unable to live independently in a safe manner, and in the absence of proper care, their overall health may decline swiftly. The unsettling truth about cognitive decline lies in the fact that numerous individuals remain oblivious to its onset. Initial signs such as forgetting names, frequently misplacing items, or having difficulty following conversations are frequently dismissed as a natural part of aging. However, these are indeed initial indicators that the brain is undergoing transformation. Taking action at this stage can lead to progress and significantly influence the quality of life a person maintains. What measures can you take to safeguard your brain? Much like your body, your brain requires its own form of exercise. Maintaining mental vitality through reading, acquiring new skills, engaging in games, or participating in meaningful conversations ensures that the mind remains sharp and fully engaged. Moreover, it is essential to remember that physical exercise holds equal significance. Engaging in physical activity enhances circulation to the brain, thereby aiding in the preservation of memory and cognitive function. A potent instrument lies in the realm of social connection. The shadows of loneliness and isolation can hasten the descent into mental decline, whereas the vibrant tapestry of regular social interaction invigorates the mind, keeping it sharp and attentive. The significance of these connections, be it through conversations with friends, participation in local groups, or maintaining ties with family, often surpasses our initial perceptions. Undoubtedly, your diet holds significant importance. Foods abundant in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins, like leafy greens, berries, and nuts, serve as formidable guardians of brain health. Conversely, an excess of sugar, processed foods, and unhealthy fats can lead to inflammation and elevate the risk of dementia. A sound mind is rooted in a vibrant lifestyle. The choices you embrace today, your diet, your activity, and your interactions with the world will profoundly influence the efficacy of your mind in the days to come. Cognitive decline does not have to be an inevitable aspect of growing older. Through the pursuit of activity, connection, and mindfulness, one can significantly diminish the likelihood of risk. As we conclude, I invite you to pause and contemplate the insights we've shared. Cardiovascular ailments, accidental tumbles, respiratory conditions, cerebrovascular incidents, and deterioration of cognitive function. The overwhelming majority of deaths after the age of 75 can be attributed to these 5 conditions. However, the essential point to remember is this: they are not inescapable. Many individuals remain unaware of the extent of their influence over their well-being until they find themselves facing the consequences. Indeed, the reality is that by embracing small, consistent habits from this very day, one can cultivate years of enhanced strength, clarity, and independence. While the passage of time is a topic many prefer to avoid, turning a blind eye to its associated risks offers no shield against them. What safeguards us is the clarity of our awareness. By recognizing the signs, implementing preventive measures, and placing our health at the forefront, we can approach the future with assurance rather than trepidation. Shift your attention away from the limitations that bind you and embrace the possibilities that empower you to live a longer, stronger, and more joyful life. Contemplate your present way of living. Can you implement minor adjustments? Perhaps it involves incorporating more fresh foods into your meals, engaging in daily physical activity, arranging a checkup, or dedicating time to converse with others. There's no need to completely transform your life in one fell swoop. A single, modest step in the right direction is all that is needed to embark on the path to improved health. At this juncture in your journey, your well-being stands as your most valuable treasure. The greater your care for it, the more time, joy, and freedom you will find to savor. Safeguarding your well-being today allows you to keep crafting cherished moments, maintaining your independence, and embracing life free from the shadow of avoidable ailments. Each day presents a new chance to embrace your true self, and the choices you make now will mold your resilience, vitality, and joy in the future. We truly appreciate the time you shared with us. Your thoughts and feedback are greatly welcomed. Share a thought that resonated with you and describe how you intend to incorporate it into your daily life. Your reflections and narratives ignite our imagination and foster the growth of this community. If this video resonated with you, consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing, and sharing it with others. Your support empowers us to continue delivering meaningful content that can genuinely impact lives. We appreciate your viewership and eagerly anticipate your presence in our next video.